Hello guys, it's your girl Tiffany J with ProducerClubhouse.com. Just hanging out in my room, and you guys are actually catching me on a night where I'm going to a writing session. Long story short, I met an artist down in South Beach Studios, and we've been working together ever since. Her name is Joy, and she actually signed to Timberland's management group. So she will be coming out very soon with some new material, and tonight I'm just having a writing jam session with some writers. I've never met them before, so you will be on this night trip with me. Today, what I'm going to talk about with you guys is my top three. My top three things that I think that every upcoming writer needs to do. Number one, you're a writer, so write all the time. Write whenever you can. If you ever meet me and you wonder why my purse is so heavy, it's because I always have something with me. These two. God forbid, but if I ever got robbed, I don't think I'd cry over my wallet. I would cry because my notebooks with my writing in it is gone. But hopefully I will never, ever experience that. Anywho, why you should always keep something with you? Because you're walking around, you're experiencing life, you're observing life, I would hope. And you will see things, and it will make you think of a song. And that's where this comes in. You take it out and you just start jotting. So write all the time. It's just like anything. It's just like working out your muscles. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Number two, I would say invest in your craft. No one's going to push you to be better, only you. So invest in things like an inbox where you could do in Pro Tools where you can do like your own reference songs at home. For any of you who don't know what a reference song is, many times as songwriters, when you write a song for an artist, you will do what's called a reference track. So basically, if you can sing, or if you have someone else who can sing, you will basically sing the song, and you will give that track with the reference on it to the singer that you're hoping will take that song and record it. And basically it's like a rough draft basically for that artist, so they know how to sing the song, how the melody goes, and you give that to them with their lyrics. So I think it's a great investment to invest in whatever you need to do to get better, whatever tools you need. Invest in any rhyming books, or there's so many different like tools out there for songwriters, as far as like just wordplay and stuff like that, programs that you can buy, and they'll help you out with that. So invest in your craft. My third one would be take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. There's so many different artists and producers, like I said, that are out there. There's so many different producers there on YouTube. Some of you may be like, well, I don't know any producers. How can I write to a song? There's so many people that have their material out there. Reach out to them, send them a message. Hey, I would like the opportunity to write to your music. Different singers. There's a lot of singers who don't write. Collaborate with them. Like what I'm doing tonight. I haven't met these writers before ever, but I think it's going to be a great experience for me to be around other writers, just to get input and vibe off of each other. And that's basically what I would say is my top three. But most important of all, so I guess I lied, it's the fourth one. And most important of all is to have fun. You need to have fun at whatever you do. If you're not having fun, what's the point? So have fun. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, and just do your best, and you will keep getting better. Believe me, you will keep seeing the results. When I think about my first song that I wrote up to now, I'm like, wow, thank you. But anyway, you guys, I will be checking with you a little later today, most likely at the session, and I will see you soon. Tiffany J, ProducerClubhouse.com. we're taking a break here with Joy. We're working on her Christmas song. Say hi, Joy.
Hello.
And we are here with James, writer.
Okay, a new song.
And Moses, he's over there.
Yeah.
So, starting with James, top 3 tips for an upcoming songwriter.
Top 3 tips for an upcoming songwriter I would give is number 1, having a vision. Having a vision for a song or whatever it is that you're doing. Having a vision and being able to convey that vision, you know. Number 2 is really practicing your craft. You don't just get up and write a song and be like, oh, I write a song, whatever. There's an art form to it, you know. There's actually a way it's done, you know. Learning what's a verse, why is it a verse, learning what's a hook, what makes it a hook, learning different formats, A, B, learning bridges, you know, definitely learn your craft. Number 3, the third last tip is always put yourself in what you're writing. Even if you probably didn't even go through the situation, but you know what I'm saying, put yourself in that situation. That's when it becomes authentic. That's when it becomes original, and that's when other people are able to feel your lyrics, your words.
Cool. What's your favorite part about being a songwriter?
My favorite part about being a songwriter is the creative process. You know what I'm saying? Especially collaborating with other songwriters and listening to people when they speak, their perspective on a certain subject. Because, like one person always says, you know, the best idea in a room is probably the only idea in the room. Basically, if you're writing a song by yourself, you're the only one in the room, of course it's going to be the best idea. But if there's other people in the room, if there's other ideas in the room, you know, you're able to, you know, expand your dimensions. So the creative process is my favorite part.
All right, now we are here with Moses. So tell us your top 3 tips for an up-and-coming songwriter.
Top 3 tips I would say is one of my favorite is be organic. When you're writing, just make sure that it's something that is happening in the moment. Don't necessarily stick to a systematic way or a structure, a structural way of writing. You know, if you want to go outside the box, go outside the box. And just be organic. Just let it come to you. Let it happen in the moment. And just trust what you put on paper or what you write. And yeah, that's my first one. The second one, I would have to agree with James and say practicing your craft, becoming real, good at what you do. Just knowing, like, you know, like if you practice something, practice makes perfect. Obviously they say that, but if you practice something long enough and you become good at it, it doesn't become so much harder to do. Like it's no longer a duty. You just become a natural at it. So I would say practice your craft, like James said. Learn what a bridge is, learn what a verse is. Like if the subject of a song is Coca-Cola, make sure you write in the song everything about Coca-Cola so the person can understand what you're talking about. You know, if it's about a bird, and write everything about a bird. Like, just really learn about wordplay as well. I wouldn't put that in the same category as practice your craft. Like, make sure you learn all of your vowels, well, I don't want to say vowel, but verbs, like everything. You know, like learn all of the words so that you can be a little bit different. You know, it's like you can say, instead of saying water bottle, you can say something else that somebody would interpret as a water bottle, you know? And my third one would be to be real when you're writing. Always make sure that you're real with yourself, because the people that you're writing to or the people that you're writing for, they can sort of sense the song through you. They can sort of feel the realness coming out of you. And one thing about being real is that if you're real with yourself, people will always like you because you've always been yourself. If you start out as being something else and then one day you decide to become real, the people that fell in love with the person that wasn't real, they're gonna be like, well, who is this change up? Like, what's going on? So always be real with yourself from the beginning all the way to the end, especially when you're writing. Just make sure that you relate things to what's going on in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to happen in your life, but make sure you can relate it to something that's happening in your life or to a situation that you're going through. So those are my 3 tips. Be real, practice, and be organic.
All right, and what is your favorite thing about being a songwriter?
My favorite thing about being a songwriter is being in the studio. I guess creative process. I guess that's almost the same thing as James' creative process. But there's a feeling that I've always longed for ever since I was a kid. I built a studio in my room. I literally had my mother and my father. I had them take my bed out of my room and replace it with a couch. And I had a piano in there. I had a little laptop. I turned my closet into a vocal booth. Just because I love the feeling of being in the studio. Like my couch was one of those sofa beds, so I would have to fold it out every night to go to sleep. But I just love the feeling of being in the studio. I don't know, it's just something that's always been intriguing to me. Being in the studio and being creative in that sense. So, yeah, I would have to say the creative process as well as being in the studio and being able to express myself through words, being able to let people know how I feel through notes and just words, so
Okay.
that's my favorite part about writing.
So Joy, since you are a new artist coming out soon, what should everyone be on the lookout for?
Well, I'm a pop artist, so lately I've been working on my album and trying to bring the best out of me, doing some pop music, pop ballads, and I've been working with different people. I've been working with the Mechanics and Unscripted, and I've also been working with Timbaland's production and another guy called Keith Ross, and they're a real great team for me to work with, and they're building me up. They try to help me with the writing too, and they try to incorporate everything that I feel, and we try to put it into a songs, and that's basically how I can bring the best out of me, and that's how I do it.
So tonight you were working on your Christmas song, and what was the name of the group that you are writing with?
Unscripted.
And this is Unscripted.
What's up to Frankie? Frankie's the 3rd member of Unscripted.
What's your writing style when you guys write? Like, what's the process between the 3 of you? Does someone write the verse and then someone else writes the hook? How do y'all collaborate?
For the most part, if we have the production first, what we're really good at is really letting each other sort of
Be
take
free
off
with
be free. If somebody has the verse and it sounds like a decent verse or it sounds like a real catchy verse, we'll let that person take the verse. If someone has the hook and it sounds like something that we can run with, then we'll use it. And if there has to be any type of tweaks or if there has to be anything changed, then for the most part we're good with going to each other and being like, listen, I like this or I don't like this.
So we basically just take the best out of each other and just whatever we create on our own, we just kind of incorporate it all together, and that's how we make it.
Yeah, this is a big talking process that takes forth before we even go into the song. As far as the concept, we'll actually play out the whole scenario. We'll create the storyline and be like, okay, this is the type of girl this is the type of guy he is, this will happen, and da da da, and as if we lived it, you know what I'm saying, and then we'll just go ahead and start writing.
Okay.
So it's actually a cool process,
And where can people find you if they're looking for a writing group to
catch
write?
us on Twitter at unscriptedv.
As in Victor.
Yeah, so
Which stands for 5.
Unscriptedv.
At Joy Music, Joy with 2 Y's.
Joy 2 Y's. At Joy Music, Joy 2 Y's. At m.o.breeze.
No. At M
underscore O underscore breeze. At New Soul 81. New underscore Soul 81
And new is spelled N-U.
And you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I am now back home from my writing session. It is probably about 2:55 in the morning, and I'm actually not that tired. Like I said, a lot of artists and singers and writers, we are night owls, so there's plenty of nights where you are up late writing in the studio or recording. So shout out to James and Moses from Unscripted V, writing group. It's actually a trio, and it's a group of writers, and they also do their own production as well. Very talented group of people. I'm very happy to have met them and just had the opportunity to be in a session with other writers and just vibe and talk and create. So I had a good time tonight. Stay tuned again. There will be more to come, more behind the scenes footage, and new stuff, new topics to talk about. Thank you for watching. It's Tiffany J with ProducerClubhouse.com. Peace.